Are we here? Hello. How's everybody doing? Can everybody hear me good? Or see me? Can you see me? Awesome. Okay. Hope everybody's having a great week. Did a stream yesterday with Mowers, my friend, and it got a little crazy. So I got some friends on here doing some extra moderation because some bots got on and said some crazy things, and we don't want that to happen today. So if you say anything bad, you're going to get booted off, just letting you know. So we want to make it fun, answer some questions, and hopefully they don't attack us. So if you are not subscribed, you will have to subscribe and be subscribed for at least 10 minutes before you can comment and ask any questions, because we're trying to make sure that that doesn't happen again. So also, if you have any questions, the best way for me to actually see it, what's up, my man Mick? The best way for me to see it is to actually put it in capitals, because I'm old and I have specs and I can't see anymore. So that's the best way to do it. Oh, I already said your name before you even hopped on, Mick. So everybody, you have to go over to Mick's Mowers, and he is awesome. Does restoration on a bunch of units. I mean, anything you can think of, he's done it. And he just hit 10,000 subscribers, so that was super awesome. And let's see. Any room for a slime chat? What's cooking, girl? Thank you, darling. All right. So this week has been crazy busy with chainsaws, and I feel like I'm going to be making too many chainsaw videos, but can you really have too many chainsaw videos? I mean, so I think the next video I'm putting out, it's going to be a short one, how to change a bar stud, just because I sell parts along with working on stuff, and anybody that comes in and needs a bar stud, they never want the part. They never want to put it in themselves. The last one I just got was for a CS 590 that sheared off, and they thought that they had to split the case. So no, it's really simple to change a bar stud out. So we are going to show you how to do it. There's only like 2 different ways. It's real simple on the Husqvarnas and the Echoes. It goes right inside the bar oil tank. You just slip it in its slot and comes out. On the Steels, it's a little different. They screw in. So we're going to show you how to do that one. Yes, William, I do know Stella. She's awesome. I watch all of her stuff. Oh, Mick, you know Ron's up in here. I'm just adding you so you can be in blue so I can see your stuff too, Mick. So I know I am competing with football. Yeah, I didn't even realize. No, I'm not a football watcher, but it's okay. I like, small, intimate gatherings. So I got lots of great people up in here. Let me go back and say hi to everybody. DNR Small Engine, he was one of the first ones in. John Winger, no pregame. I'm just, winging it here. So I'm learning how to do the whole YouTube thing. I don't have the StreamYard set up yet. So I'm going to be doing that so I can have my friends join in. But right now I'm just using YouTube's program. And so I don't know how to do anything extra yet. John Egan, thank you for the kind comments. Henry Morawski, he's my bud. John Clem, he's my guy. I got all these familiar peeps. The Rusty Rooster, he's got a channel. If you haven't seen it yet, go over there. He does great stuff on different kinds of things that I would never even attempt to touch because they're just too hard for me, I guess, but he knocks them out. So Greg, my man from down under in Australia. Let's see. We've got William. He's going to be modding for me. Let's see. Grass Cutter Palmer, thank you for coming on in. We've got... It's going a little wise guy. Wise guy got a t-shirt. Him, and just because he's so nice, and I was, I mean, he didn't win it. He just was, I just love his charisma and comments. So I sent him and his wife a shirt, these Chickanic shirts. Now, this is old school. This is my vintage Chickanic shirt right here before it said work like a girl on the bottom. So the new ones, they got my little logo on there, work like a girl. So, and Pat the Sound Guy, thank you for hopping in. Joshua Baker, Bald Eagle 242. He makes great videos on all kinds of stuff too. Go check out Bald Eagle. Ken Small Engines, he's nonstop putting out great content. If you haven't seen him yet, go check him out. Henry, he's got a channel too. All these people in here that you see with blue, that's where you go. Nathan Rector, thank you for coming on in. Larry Keener, thank you. I'm going down here. Now, Mick, you didn't have to do that. I feel like we're giving back and forth here. Simply Small Engine, hey, how are you? Roger McDonald, Stephen Ertle. I'm going to mess it up. Kaler Dog. Yeah, I hope I got that right for you. Joe Ortiz, thank you so much for all your kind comments. All right. Am I catching up yet? Pinball, you made it. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Who else have I caught? Hey, the Mower Medic. He's the man. Actually, before I even thought about YouTube, and I would go and I'd try to, figure things out that were unfamiliar to me. He was one of the channels that I frequented on a weekly of, well, how does this work? Or how do you take this apart? Because when you're, I'm an Echo dealer and I Briggs dealer, Kohler dealer, but if there's something oddball that you're not a dealer for, you don't get to go to school for that. So a lot of times the way you learn is watching other people do it. So that's Mower Medic. That's where I went. Also, Steve Small Engines. That's where I went. So let's see here. All right. Multiple chainsaws. So yeah, we're going to be doing lots of chainsaw videos. I got 2 chipper shredders here. Actually, I'm going to be doing videos on them. One that's been sitting for a long time. And then, just servicing and getting ready. So because the chipper shredder engine, I think it's got like a 8 horsepower Briggs, engine on it that goes not only on the chipper shredders, but it goes on the log splitters. So in this area, that's a big one. So hopefully that'll help some people out because we see quite a few of them. Thoughts on Donnie Boy? Yeah, he's another one. I mean, if you want to know, I want to make my videos like him because he says everything perfect in his videos. Like everything he's doing is the same thought process that I'm thinking about while he's doing it. Like, do you want what you need to know? What is the most common thing to happen? No, Donnie Boy is great. We're all friends. And we want to see everybody do good. Seriously. If one person does good, the other people do good because we bounce off each other. I mean, you watch one video, it takes you to another video. So if one person's video is doing good, you're going to, click on to the next one. So I'm driving down the road on the Interstate 35. I've got the phone propped up on the dash cluster. Be careful. People are crazy out there. So sweet ice and rum Chickanic is drinking. No, actually. I got an orange slice in there. Can y'all guess what I'm drinking? It isn't. It does. That does sound good though. But that is not what I'm drinking. Somebody guess. So come on, say it. Chipper shredder 5 times. Chipper shredder, chipper shredder, chipper shredder, chipper shredder, chipper shredder. Yeah. After 4, it doesn't work. Very helpful videos. Thank you, Stanley. Thank you for coming in. Twisted Tea pinball. No, not a Twisted Tea. That's more of a Dude Canics thing. I don't think I've ever drank a Twisted Tea myself. No. Oh, Jack Bowling. You got it. You got it. We should have done a prize or something, Jack. That was good. You did get it. All right. Oh, did you say Blue Moon? I didn't see it. Oh, you did. Simply Small Engine. You're right. I missed that. I'm sorry. Like I said, I can't see. I ain't lying. So you were first. Mower Medic, you're late. Don't be typing while you're driving. Ron be shaving his beard off for charity. Oh, no. No. Ron's beard makes his chin. So there's a lack of chin there with no beard. So we're going to keep the beard. And it's like his power, like when they would cut the hair off and that took away their power. No, that's Ron's power is his beard. So let's see. My wife drink those. Yeah, I like them. I only like them with an orange in them though. So no fruit, don't belong in beer. Only in this. No, I don't. I actually drink dark beer normally. So, but actually, Makers and 7 is the best drink ever. But how's the burn on your arm? Ooh, it's actually held up so nice. Check that out, Neosporin. It works. Just saying. I am like totally healed. Speaking of scars, I don't know if you ever see them in my videos. I got this massive bad scar, and I mean, you can't really see how bad it is in there. But that was from an exhaust screen out of a steel backpack blower. When you do something every day, you get careless. And I did. I had my hand on the back of the blower and I had my needle nose pliers holding the cylinder shaped exhaust screen. And I was going to pull it out. And as soon as I did, it just slid down my arm like this and sliced the inside of my arm real bad. So odds and probabilities, if you do stuff many times, it might hurt you. Just like driving. So drive safe, Mower Medic. Don't be typing and driving. All right. Let's see. What's on your favorite drink? Mick, are you like, is it in the middle of the night there? Are you at work? All right. Let's see. Beck's Dark. Beck's Dark is one of my favorite ones. Yeah. Love it. Yeah, aloe vera I do try for burns, but I have a gigantic aloe vera plant that I just took all the babies out, and so now I have 9 aloe vera plants because it had 8 babies. So they're all in the bathroom window sunning every day. Thank you, Gary Hawkins Smith, so much. So if you're on here and you're not able to comment, it's because I had yesterday we were on a live stream on Mixed Mowers for his 10,000 subscribers, which was awesome. And we got attacked by bots, like bad. Like they were nonstop saying some very, very screwed up things. So thanks for the beer, Bald Eagle. So we had to knock down comments and nobody could comment. So today I made it to where you have to be a subscriber for 10 minutes before you can comment. And hopefully that will sway the bots from coming in because that was terrible. Just they say some very cruel, nasty things. So we don't want that to happen. So if you want to comment and you're not subscribed yet, you're going to have to subscribe to comment and wait 10 minutes. So sorry about that. If you do have a question for me, please put it in capitals because like I said, I can't see. So I'm like, and it's easier for me to pick out because I'm scrolling through here, but comments are sort of jumping really fast. So, what's my favorite motor? Which are we talking? 2-cycle? I work on all the 2-cycles at the shop. So if we're talking easy to work on or best motor, I mean, I'm an Echo girl. When it comes to especially the old gray Echoes, all that stuff was so easy to work on and lasted forever. So that's probably one of my funnest. Over years, I have a shop in Arkansas as well. I don't see that much equipment a year. Wow, keep it up. Hey, Trevor. Have you ever had Guinness? Yes, I've had lots of Guinness. Or should I not admit how much? I don't know. The Cutting Force Lawn, I've been subscribed. Love your channel. Thank you, the Cutting Force Lawn Services. All right. Let's see. I posted a question, but I don't know if anyone would know. Well, what's the question? Did I miss it? Simply small engine? Savage Wolf, your favorite. Mix. Oh, yeah, this is my live stream, and I'm reading through comments, so I can say Thomas Andrews says Mick loves Tecumseh engines, and you can't get rid of me. Tecumsehs were good in their time, but they've just gotten to a point to where they're leakers. I don't know what it is. They're just leakers. I mean, everyone we get, doesn't matter. If you try to get the carburetor and you think you've got it going on, it doesn't matter. You let it sit. It runs fine. It doesn't leak. You set it out there, and it's sitting there for a couple days waiting on the customer to come pick it up. And all of a sudden, I got to fly. It is leaked all over the place, ruined the air filter, and you're telling the customer, I'm sorry, you can't pick your stuff up. I'm going to have to either go back through it or put another carburetor on it. So we stopped actually trying to kit them, and we put new carburetors on them when they come in. So. All right. Every video I post instantly gets comments to sites I won't mention. Yeah. We go through and delete a lot of spam stuff. Simply, it's okay. I was asking, what does solder to use when changing out resistor on a motherboard on a 9,000 watt generator? I'm not the generator person. What solder to use? Chickanic, I don't know if he might go in. He's a soldering machine when it comes to all of his music equipment, but I don't know about the generators. So I work on I or my guys, we work on the engine parts of them, but we really don't go into the gen part of them that often. So what's the deal? What's the deal with my Kawasaki FX730V? The starter or something is killing my battery once a while. I just put a new battery on it. It happened again. So depending on how old that is, I mean, usually that's grounding out issues, or, I mean, wiring issues suck because you really got to go through everything. And are you using, the OEM starters? I don't know. It's really hard doing wiring without seeing it. A lot of it is grounding out issues, especially if it's a sporadic problem that you're only seeing every once in a while. It's only, you got to go through your wiring and check everything when it comes to that. So, let's see. Pat the sound guy knows. Yeah, I listen to Pat. He's a sound guy. All right. What brand of tools did you have on the video? I use Wera, Wera, and Weha tools. I don't have my long socket nut drivers here, but I do have my multi-tool kit. And this is, and it's not cheap, but I'm going to have it forever. So this was a present for Christmas. And I love it because I'd much rather have tools than other things. So it's got all of your torque screwdrivers, your metric set, and it's really cool because, I mean, it's got the extensions, and then also it, goes in different directions. So, I mean, it's awesome. And then I use it on everything, really, just because it's so handy. I don't have my long nut drivers here. I did, for my wish list, get my screwdriver set, which is awesome. This is Wera, and actually it's a 6-piece set, and it's got the lasered tips on the, I don't know if you can see it, but they grip everything. I mean, even on the Phillips, it's crazy how good. I don't know if you can see that. See that lasered etching in it? It's so good. And the reason I like the Weha and the Wera is because when you're, I'm not gonna lie, I spill gas all the time. I'm terrible about it. I will be, loosen the gas cap so that the line doesn't come out of my fuel lines or something, and then I forget, I turn it over, so I get gas all over the place. But these do not become mushy like the old Craftsman's ones did. So that's really awesome about them. And then when my torque set is Weha, and I really, really, really like these, so I use those like crazy. All right. Um, 590 hours on a Kohler is not that long, no. Oh, I've got little gnats wanting to get in my beer. So, all right, let's see. No, it's not moonshine. You got to scroll up on the comments to find out what I'm drinking. All right, best chainsaw, Shindawa or Echo. Actually, Shindawa and Echo are the same company now, and the Shindawas are just Echoes painted red. So the only difference, I don't ever sell any Shindawa chainsaws, but the only difference in the trimmers when it comes to getting a Shindawa or an Echo is the Shindawas have a different gear head. They have a different throttle control assembly, which I have had to replace the gear heads on the Shindawas before. So I never had to replace one on an Echo. Seems like they just don't wear out. And then the throttle control it's got that throttle trigger that sticks out more. It protrudes out to where it can get hung on things. So I just go ahead and keep, I can sell either, but I go ahead and just keep the Echoes in stock because with the engines being exactly the same, just a different color, there's really no reason for me to keep a whole line of Shindawa stuff. So not really sure what the small differences might be on the chainsaws because I've never sold a Shindawa chainsaw. Now the old ones were awesome when they were like Shindawa, but let's see. It's falling out when I leave it. Change vents. Let's go through some questions. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. I know I'm competing with football. I didn't even think about it whenever I made the date. So thank you all for, hanging out. Also, if you have any questions for me, would you please put them in capitals so I can see them better because I'm blind. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, we did have some bots come in yesterday to a live stream we were on. So we're going to need to subscribe and be a subscriber for 10 minutes before you can comment. Sorry about that, but they messed it up for everybody. But like Husqvarna Red Max, different color. Red Max is Red Max, ain't it? I'm gonna have to look that up and see what the part numbers are, but I thought Red Max was Red Max and not Husqvarna. I get so many people mad at me because I say Husqvarna. I'm from the South. We give everything an extra A. We stole Kansas's name and gave it an extra R. I mean, it's just what I do. All right. Let's see. Sorry, the comment section's popping around here trying to find. Hey, you are better than football. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I got a little. It's not that I'm anti-football. I used to like football, but it sort of, when it got really political, turned me off and put a bad taste in my mouth. Unlike this beer. Yeah, those bots were crazy. John, you have a Shindava 488 chainsaw? Yeah. Yeah, I still see them. They're good saws. I mean, they'll last forever if you take care of them. Just hopefully it doesn't need any Red Max is owned by Husqvarna. That's weird. I didn't know that. We don't see that many Red Max, but not in this area. Should I replace spark plugs annually on all power equipment? Yes, you should. I mean, you don't have to. It will still run, but just in case. And that's another thing. With every video I do, I take the plug out of everything that I work on. Like, it's just a habit. The first thing that comes out is the plug, and I look at it. And when you take the plug out, you can find out lots of stuff that's going on, whether it's burning too hot, burning too rich, burning too, whatever. You need to know what's going on with the plug. So I get lots of comments about people ask why I always take the plug out of things, and also it's safer when you're working on a mower. But yeah, no, I totally remove the plug and check the diode and everything because it's the way I roll. Oh, John, in Echo Trimmer won't run when hot. So, like I was just saying, John, in Echo Trimmer won't run when going hot. You need to pull the plug whenever it is doing that and see if it's getting too much gas. Now you can look down in the cylinder and see if you have scoring. A lot of times, if it's an older trimmer and you've run the stink out of it and you see the paint towards the shaft has already started bubbling up from it getting so hot, check your cylinder and see if you have up and down scoring because it might be getting so hot that it's getting too much gas through and flooding out whenever it's that hot. But like, is it dying and then needing to get cold and then starting again? Sometimes it can be a coil. They do have coil issues after they're old, so that's something that you might have like a problem with. And also Echo offers a lifetime warranty on the coil, so hopefully if it's registered, the first 5 years for a homeowner warranty, you don't have to pay for the part or shipping or for labor, but after 5 years you have to pay for labor and the part. So oh no, I mean not the part, just the labor. So you have lifetime warranty on a ignition module. So let's see. And also, is it serviced? Because I mean, a lot of people don't service their stuff, so just make sure that you got a good air filter and plug and all that stuff. I mean, that's the first thing to check. Well, White Knight, like I said, you don't have to change it, but why not? I mean, I don't know. I change plugs in everything all the time, so. Actually, some of those Briggs that come in that have those original Briggs and Stratton plugs from 20 years ago, they look better than anything new I see all the time. It's crazy. All right, let's see. Runs fine when cold. Okay, yeah, so it could definitely be any of the stuff that I mentioned, John, in. Best engine oil for push motor, SAE 30. Just SAE 30. Conmigo Carolina del Norte. I mean, that's what we use. It's not a rocket ship. Isn't that what Tyrell says? Thank you, Grass Cutter. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up. That would be awesome. That would show this video to more people. So, I didn't even notice how many people. We got 157 people up in here. Awesome. Thank y'all. Oh, Greta. Hey, girl. Thank you so much for coming in. Greta was one of my winners in my 20,000 subscriber giveaway. She has been one of my peeps since the beginning of this channel. All right. It heats up and locks up, and the cord will not pull. And when I move drive shaft around, it works again until it runs for about 15 minutes. Okay. The first thing to check, because we do see, okay, Jeff Johnson, every time I use my mower, it heats up and locks up and cord will not pull. And when I move drive shaft around, it works again until it is ran for about 15 minutes. That is not good. I mean, first thing to check though, if it is a self-propelled mower, we do see a lot of times grass getting compacted, especially like on the Troy bolts. They have this cover that goes over the bottom of the engine, but it still has these very large holes that gets clogged up, and it won't let you pull. But you would, I mean, you wouldn't have to fix it probably before you. I have this gnat that's crazy. That before you start it again. So I mean, that's one thing. Check the drive, or if it is a self-propel, the drive system down there, make sure that nothing's stopping it from going. Other than that, it doesn't sound good. Like, did you did you let it get low on oil? Or I mean, it shouldn't do that at all. It's the not pulling part that's sort of scary. So, because I mean, I do get units that are almost burned up in the shop, and we are able to loosen up, messing with the crank, and it coming apart and then running again. It's never good though. The piston and cylinder is not in good shape. So, all right. Thank you. Let's see. So Ken's answering a question that somebody has about their John Deere hydros go out early. It's crazy how many. I mean, there's certain riders that come into the shop that we see a lot of transmissions go out on, and some that they just last forever. And I probably have at least 4 or 5 John Deeres sitting out there just from this past season. So in the last 6 months, that their transmissions went out and the customers didn't want to do anything with it. So listen to Ken on how to, prolong the life of that. So let's see. It's not self-propelled. Then yeah, Jeff Johnson, that's not good if your engine is locking up every 15 minutes. So hello, Rick Thelian. Gas or electric? We went over this in the last live stream on gas or electric, and I completely think that it depends on your situation. How big is the yard? What kind of health are you in? If you want to knock things out quicker or slower, it just really depends. I mean, electric is non-maintenance, but at the same time, electric will take you forever to weed eat a acre of land. So it really, but then again, if you have a bad shoulder or slip discs, there's sometimes nothing you can do. So there's nothing wrong with electric if you can get away with it. Terry, hey Terry, no, it's in my car. I got a little package that I need to send and get to the post office, and I'm terrible. Ask Mick. We've already had this conversation about how terrible. I was trying to send Mick a T-shirt for a month. So Terry won one of my contests. I gotta get you something sent. Okay, let's see. Okay. One more time, I want to just say, well, I might say it a few more times, but if you have a question, put it in capital letters because it's easier for me to pick out the questions for me, because the moderators are also answering questions for people. So That would be awesome. Also, if you are not subscribed, you can't comment for 10 minutes unless you are a subscriber, because we had a crazy bot attack yesterday. So we're going to you got to be subscribed. So these tools for it. Oh, well, thank you, Mick. I don't know how to do any of that. I don't know how to put up links. So thanks, Mick, for doing that. Let's see. Elena Makul. Hi, I'm wondering if I should go with a zero turn or a riding mower for my backyard. I have 2 acres. So, it really depends on how fast you want to get done. I mean, if you're all about getting done fast, your zero turns are just where it's at. But it also it's a price point thing. I mean, if you're going to buy a $3,000 riding mower, I don't know where you are either. So I'm talking. I'm in Arkansas. So here, if you're going to buy a 3,000 plus, riding lawnmower, the best ones you can get here, you're going to get a really good riding mower. But if you are going to only spend 3,000 something dollars on a zero turn, it's not the best zero turn. It's just, you're going to have, things you're going to have to do to it. So, I mean, I tell people that buy zero turns, you're going to want to drop a dime, because you can have it forever. But that's the same way with Echo, Steels, Husqvarnas, all that kind of stuff. If you're going to spend money, okay, you can either buy an $80 Murray trimmer or Craftsman trimmer or whatever, and you can buy one every few years now, because that's how junky they are. Or you can spend 3 times that and have one that, if you maintain it, you will have your whole life. So, yeah, Jeff, sounds like it's messed up. All right. Oop, everything just hopped on me. So, we'll echo a PE225. I'd have to, okay, Andy Brooks, will an Echo motor and handle fit from a PE225 to a gray one? I think it's a PE210. Now, if it's both the same model like that, I would look at everything up to double check, but you're going to want to make sure the shaft size is the same. That doesn't seem like a big enough model jump to make it have a different size shaft. I mean, what's a PE? Hold on. Oh, I can't look up stuff right now. Motor and handle kit. I'm assuming it's some kind of power edger, right? It is an edger we're talking about. Because I don't know. We're in Arkansas. We don't have sidewalks. I mean, we do, but I probably sell 1 edger a year, maybe. So I'm gonna say it'll work. All right. Let's see. I paid $5,000 for my 52-inch cut. It's a resi commercial mower. Yeah, I mean that's about how much you got to drop. You take care of it; it's going to last you a long time. But you can't get a cheaper $3,000 zero turn and hope that it's going to last you a long time, because that's probably going to be one of the John Deere's, Husqvarna's. You're gonna blow a spindle for sure. All right. Scott Bone, what encouraged you to become a small engine mechanic? Went over this in the last one, but many of you probably didn't see it. When I was in school, I took 2 years of small engine repair, and I was I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a really cool class. I had a really cool teacher, and I was one of two girls in the class and shop foreman my second year. Eh? And so when I got out of school with the experience that I had, I had this lawnmower repair shop 5 miles down the street, and they were looking for somebody, and I started working there, and I worked there for a couple of years on the counter, which was really good experience because when you're on the counter, you get the questions, and everything is pretty repetitious for that time period of the equipment that's coming in. So you learn a lot from selling parts and seeing what breaks, and knowing the issues that people have. And so it would be funny because they'd come in and I'm 18 years old, working the counter, and they'd ask what, was wrong with their mower. And I'd give them an answer, and they're like, well, can I speak with a mechanic? And I'm like, okay. So I'd stop the mechanic from doing his job, ask him to come down and tell the customer, an answer. And I had this great guy that worked there, and he would pop his head out, and they'd ask him the question, and he would say, what'd she tell you? And they'd say it, and she's right. And he'd walk back, and it was just priceless. And he passed away, which is really sad because he was such a great guy. But so after I worked there for a couple of years, I did a string of a bunch of other stuff. And in 2000, I said 10 last live, but it was 2011. My husband and I, we opened up the shop that I worked at back a long time ago because it had closed down after the economy crashed. So we reopened it in November 2011, and we were gung ho and everything was great. And then we had the worst drought in this area in 80 years. So everybody's lawns burned up by May, and we had no customers. So that sort of sucked. But it has been great ever since then. It has rained every year. It's been like an Amazon. Everybody has, tore up their stuff, and we're there to fix it. So awesome. Let's see. What causes a mower to not start up after it sits for 5 minutes? James Jackson. Now, there's a couple things that it could be, but I'm not sure which mower you're talking about. Are we talking about a Ryder, a walk-behind mower, a Briggs, a Honda? I need some more information. If y'all are going to ask questions, give me as much information as you can so I can, give you an answer, because a lot of things, it could be a choke issue. I mean, it just depends on the unit. Amber Gallagher, did you see my question? I don't know, Amber. Let me go back up here and see. Was it in capitals? Because I don't know if I saw it. No. Like I said, I'm blind. I still don't see it. Amber, could you ask again with capital letters, because I don't see it? So, Andy Becker, yes. Tell her I agree. You need a $5,000 zero turn. Yes. Yeah, Mick agrees. Yep. Let's see. White Knight says, Amber, yeah, your question. We didn't see it. So, what lawn equipment? Getting there, Pat F. What lawn equipment do you recommend for a 9-year-old who is mowing 2 to 5 acre yards? Like they're starting their own little business. I mean, if you think it's going to be something that they are going to continue and pursue, buy them good equipment. And I don't know how big your 9-year-old is, but they might need a curve shaft trimmer. And I mean, even if they're only buying like $150 push mower to start out, wait, no, 2 to 5. You got a 9-year-old mowing? I'm thinking little yards. You got a 9-year-old mowing 2 to 5 acre yards? You want to come talk to my 12-year-old? Because I would love for him to mow my 2 acre. Oh gosh, but I have an Aaron's rider, and he rides. That's when he mows. He uses our Aaron's rider, so you're going to need a decent rider for him. But at 9 years old, I don't know if he's going to know when he's going to hit stuff and stuff. So I mean, if you're going to any of the big box stores riding lawn mowers, they have spindles that you're going to have to replace if he's not careful of what he does. So, oh, everything just jumped. Donald Petty, how sharp does a lawnmower blade need to be for everyday use? People have this assumption that they need to sharpen brand new blades, and I don't understand that. But whenever you get a brand new blade, it already has the perfect pitch on it. And you think it doesn't because it's not like going to shave your arm. But the fact is it's got a layer of paint on it. So on most of them, but even if it doesn't, it's new blades come at the perfect pitch. So there's no need to do that. Just know that's the perfect pitch. So let's see. What do we got here? 166 people. Thank you all so much. Oh, Greta, you got a 60-inch Hustler. Yeah, those are nice. I actually have one back there that we got. I'm going to be doing a video on it, but I haven't figured out what kind of video to do on it yet. I had a customer come in the beginning of this season with their Hustler, with not their aunt's Hustler commercial gigantic zero turn. And and they dropped it off with their aunt's 16-foot trailer. Yeah, 16-foot car trailer. And he said that he doesn't know anything about this mower. And this is like a $8,000 mower. He doesn't know anything about it, but his aunt was going to sell it to him for $1,500 if, he wanted it. And he brought it to us to see if we could get it fixed, just doing simple stuff. So we called him and told him that after we did just simple things to it, cleaned the carburetor, it ran, and we would go ahead and service the rest of it out, and that everything was fine. So we service it out, get it going, it's running. It's the bare necessity of just wants it going. He doesn't want it, it's been used, but he needed a muffler, needed some other stuff, but he didn't want to mess with it too bad. So did what it did and got done with it, and then the cylinder head started leaking. So we got another cylinder head for it, and then he's like, that's just a little too much. And I'm thinking, you don't want to spend like $500 on this $8,000 mower? And he's like, I don't know. What do y'all want to buy it? So we're like, well, how much you want to sell it for? And he's like, well, my aunt just wants $1,500 for this 16-foot trailer and this, $8,000 mower. So I'm going to make a video on my deal of the day. So, but it's not pretty yet. We had to buy some things, and we're doing all the stuff that it really needed. So let's see. Like I said, if you would put your questions in capitals so I can see them, because I'm blind. Also, if you are not subscribed yet, you'll have to subscribe and be a subscriber for 10 minutes before you can comment, because we had some bots come in and attack us yesterday on a live stream at Mixed Mowers, and so we don't want that to happen again. So it's just an extra precaution. So sorry about the inconvenience. Let's see. Cooking with the kid. Thank you so much. Enjoying the content. I was a small engine mechanic before becoming a full-time pastor. I still enjoy working on equipment I find in the garbage and bringing it back to life. Thank you for the videos. Isn't that the best whenever you have something that's like really old? Like I don't know what it is. Like even if it's like this 20-year-old Featherlight hedge trimmer that hasn't ran in 10 years. if a customer like dumps it on me or something, I have so much fun getting those running because they're awesome to me. I mean, like, even though they weren't made to last forever if they were actually used, but nobody ever used them enough to actually destroy it. But some of that old Featherlight stuff is some of my funnest stuff to even, deal with, just because it's going to run, and it's crazy because the new stuff's not, but that stuff still will. Yeah, Bald Eagle. It was a super deal. So, yes. I got to make it pretty first, though, because I got too many people on my channel that think, I'm a bad person for not cleaning things. So we did get a muffler for it. It's got a head. It has some electrical work because you know what they did? They jumped all the safety switches, and so we're going to go through and fix all that. Cheers from Australia, Bruce McKenna. My sister-in-law, she lives in Australia. Hope everybody's doing good down there. All we do is, we just see the news, so we just see that everybody's locked in. So hope you're okay. Everybody healthy. Let's see. Nova Scotia, Canada. But it's beautiful up there. Let's see. Are bad boy mowers any good? Yeah, they're really good. They're expensive, but they're good. If you want to drop a dime, good mower. Okay. I've never ran one personally myself, but I have had them in the shop. And so I can tell you, that I don't see them that often in the shops, which makes it a good mower. Want it to be seen. Stick it on a super chat for Chickanic to see. Thank you, Mick. Okay. Ooh. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. This is fun. Thank you for the great advice from my Echo 225 trimmer. It was flooding out in the heat. Yeah, Scott Johnson, they will. If they've been used a lot and got too hot at some point, they'll do that. Yeah, we're in lockdown in Sydney, Australia. Yeah. That's so terrible. I'm sorry. I just don't even know what we'd do. We're here in Arkansas, and everything's very laid back now, but we were fortunate enough to stay open last year when everybody else was off, and so everybody else was, working on their yard, and we were slammed last year. So we were very fortunate compared to others. What? Yes, Ronald Feuerstein. It was an awesome deal. Let's blade drive belts quickly. Okay. SMN 38. Have y'all worked on any Toro Time Master 30-inch walk behinds? Mine shreds blade drive belts quickly. Thoughts? Okay. We only have one. There's a Toro dealer on the other side of town, so he probably gets the most of them. But I do have one really good customer that brings his in to constantly be serviced. And anytime that you are shredding a belt, there's either a pulley issue, your pulley's getting hot and locking up, and it's riding on that pulley. You have it on not correctly, or you're using the wrong belt. You could either have it on the wrong side of a belt guard or something. It's either if your pulleys are correct and sitting where they're supposed to be, your belt is the correct belt and the right length, and you have it ran correctly, it will work. If there is an issue with any one of those, anytime somebody comes in, a lot of times people, they'll bring a belt back and they'll say, it's not right. It's 2 inches too long. And I'll say, no, I'm going by your model number here. Okay. If you're putting it on correctly and your pulleys are okay and your belt guards are okay and it's the right belt, something's wrong. So which shouldn't be too hard to find out. But sometimes pulleys are deceiving because you'll think that they are fine until they get hot and lock up. So, I mean, you're going to have to spin it and feel if it's crunchy. If it feels crunchy as you're spinning it, replace the pulley. All right. Who makes the best small engine chainsaw or small chainsaw, Echo or Steel? I'm wanting one to trim limbs on trails. Philip Orr. Okay, we discussed this before that there is no better Echo or Steel. They both have great things about them, and Steel has upped the game on the chainsaws. Even like the M-tronic video I did, people are like, "Oh, I'm never going to buy a Steel." No, that doesn't mean me showing you an issue that they have doesn't mean don't buy the saw, because actually, when the saw is running right, it runs like a scalded dog. Okay, I mean, like, they're awesome when they're running right, but whenever they're not running right, then you can't adjust it. And being someone like me or a homeowner, that sucks. But so Steel's top handle saw is heavier than the Echo, and most of my tree guys, they like the top, the small steels. The steels just got ahead on the chainsaws. Now, when it comes to trimmers, I think Echo has way better trimmers. They're just have zero vibration when you're running them, which really, that's all that matters. They start extremely easier. Now, starting a Steel chainsaw compared to an Echo chainsaw, if you have issues with starting things, the Echoes are way easier. So you need to, take that into account too. But an Echo also has the CS2511, which is like the smallest, lightest chainsaw ever. So if it's something that you seriously want to be like hand size, it's 25 point something cc's of power, and with a 12-inch bar, if that's all you need, it's awesome. I mean, and you'll have it forever if you take care of it. We've seen no issues with them. Let's see. Thomas Andrews. I still have Poulan chainsaws, 3,400, 3,700, and 4,000. I wouldn't trade them for the piece of junk out there today. Don't. If you've taken care of them, they'll last you, But if you don't take care of them, they won't. But that's like with anything. So, let's see. Mixed mowers, Chickanic, how are you finding getting parts at the moment? Very hard here in the UK. Actually, I don't know if it's because. Do you have Amazon hubs all over the place in other countries? Because here, it seems like every semi-large area has an Amazon hub. I get things. I could probably order something and get it that day. I mean, I think there's an option every once in a while. Do you want it like later today? But we get most everything off Amazon is 24 hours later, if you have the Prime. But when it comes to my distributors, I am having issues getting some really common things for commercial use. Now, when it comes to homeowner use, I guess there was just a bigger supply of them or something. But commercial things, carburetors, and I don't know, just it seems like the commercial stuff I'm having more of an issue with. But no, my distributors have been pretty good. There's been a couple things, but like every time we order 2 to 3 times to 4 times a week during the heavy season, because we get everything 24 hours later. And I mean, the most I've had to wait from my distributors for something that's common, it's maybe 5 days. Now I've got a Kawasaki carburetor that I don't think I'm ever going to get, like a $300 and something carburetor for a customer that it's been back ordered forever. So Let's see. Scott Johnson. It was the vent on the gas tank that was clogged up and it's not flooding out now. Awesome. I'm glad you figured it out. My favorite comments is when people tell me, that like something I showed in the video. I don't know if it was something I showed Scott, but um, when they saw something in the video and they're like, thank you so much because that saved me so much time and money. Like, that's exactly what I wanted. So, and I want you to be confident to fix things next time. I don't want you to fail, you know. So I want it to be easy for you because I'm going to have customers. All these guys, all these, guys you see over here in the blue, they are going to still have customers because people are there. As many people that are going to do it themselves, there's going to be 10 that do not want to do it. We're not going to run out of customers. So why not? So let's see. Allen Aviation. Would you ever hire Carl Childers? Was he from Arkansas? Is that the guy from Sling Blade? Billy Bob? Billy Bob. Is that what we're talking about? Carl? Is that? I'm not for sure who Carl Childers is, but if he's a guy from, Sling Blade, he, you know, obviously could fix things, especially, abusive husbands. Right? How good are any? Oh, it just popped on me. Hold on. Too many. CPU frost. Probably don't get too many snow blowers down there. No, I've never seen a snow blower in my life. Really. we get like snow blower worthy snow maybe once every few years. So it would be cool to see one, but I've just never seen one. Let's see. Somebody say Stella's in here. Hey, Stella, doll. Stella, hey. Didn't see you come in. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's late where you are, Mick. Thank you so much for hanging out. We ain't going to be around too much longer anyways. Thanks, Mick, so much. Again, Mick just hit 10,000 subscribers. If you have not gone to Mick's Mowers page, he does great, awesome stuff. So, and he just got like this huge lot of mowers in to repair. So you have to go check it out. Hey, Stella. All right, let's see. I wish I could send you a snowblower for fun. Pat the sound guy. I wish I could send you a snowblower for fun. That would be funny. You're like, what is this? CPU Frost, do you mod chainsaws? No. I don't. I don't run them for myself. So I'm so busy repairing other people's chainsaws the way that they should be that I don't, I don't have time. Because I got lots of stuff going on. We also have my husband and I, we have a band, we got 2 children, we have the business, we got the YouTube. And we're busy. I don't even know what it's like to be bored. Wise guy, you didn't have to do that. Thank you, darling. That's so awesome. Is $500 too much for a John Deere LA 105 with 200 to 300 hours on it? My neighbor is moving. She sold it to me. I mean, no, but it wouldn't matter if it has 10 hours on it or 1,000 hours on it. It all depends on the state of the mower itself. When you're buying a used piece of equipment, I wish you could carry like a compression tester with you, but you're probably not going to have that. If it runs, that's a good sign right there. But things you need to check, especially on riders, you're going to want to check the blades. You're going to want to actually, reach down, move the blade up and down, see if there's any kind of, jostling in there to see, if your spindles are bad. Sometimes you can't even tell because the star can be gone, but it can still be zipped on so tight, the nut that holding the blade on, that you not know that the spindle is bad. You need to check belts. I mean, belts are going to be at least $30 a piece. You're going to want to check your pulleys on top. They're all at least $16 a piece. I mean, there's so many things to check to make sure. A lot of times it's crazy. I can sell a piece of junk that's pretty, like a not good unit that's pretty, for this amount of money, when I can't sell a mower that looks scary but would last a lifetime because it's so well built. So don't let looks fool you. So you replace the entire deck. Wow. That was expensive, wasn't it? Or did you find a used one? Because John Deere's have a issue with the where the spindle is mounted to the deck. I made a video on this. There's actually they blow out. We see it all the time, and I think it's because it goes into like a divot around where the spindle sits in the deck, and people do not clean their decks out, so it just holds the moisture and it will rot eventually. But they sell John Deere deck rings. You can get a couple of them for like 10, $20, and they're totally worth it. You'll have to get longer bolts when you put your spindles back on, but they will completely, totally work everything out on if you have a blowed out bolt hole or something on your John Deere deck. So what do you do in the band Kodiak Wild? I'm a singer. My husband is a guitar player. We do old rock from the last 50 years. We've been doing it for about 7 years. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for live stream, Chickanic. Thanks, Cooking with the Kid. Thank you so much for hanging out. All right. I'm off as well. See you later, grass cutter. Yeah, it's getting late. Used deck. Okay, good. Well, I hope you got a good price on it. I mean, fully, hopefully, if you got with spindles and blades and everything, a couple $100. If you got less than that, you did really good. All right. What is the real difference between the speed feed head $10 and $30? I don't know where you're finding a speed feed for $10, but you want to usually make sure that it has the attachments with it if you're putting it on something other than a Husqvarna or a Echo, because you will need the adapters. Now, I don't know. I've never seen a $10 speed feed head to tell you if it was bad. All right. Oh, it's been over an hour. Has anybody got any other questions before we head out here? Let's see. Cool. I play guitar. No, I have a Les Paul. Yeah, my husband's a Les Paul, hoarder. I think he's got 4. Okay. Oh, $10 on eBay. I don't know. I've never seen the $10 speed feed. So, do I work on cheap, William? Do I work on cheap blowers, mowers, etc.? It if it is like $120 Poulan or Craftsman blower, I don't work on it really anymore. If it still primes, only because if it needs a carburetor kit, air filter, fuel line, fuel filters, and all that stuff, it's going to cost you $70 to $80 to fix your $120 blower. You can buy a brand new Echo for $149.99 that'll last you forever. So it's really hard for me to do that. I will, because a lot of times they just need an adjustment. So I will adjust it for customers if it's still priming and has fresh fuel and the fuel lines are okay, for $5, which is totally worth it while they wait. I'm like, don't go nowhere. Let me try right now. Because I don't want to hold on to it. I just want to have you happy. So, let's see. Do you like the Echo Rapid Loader Trimmer Head? You're talking about the one that you just stick it in the side, Stella? It actually works really well if you don't mind carrying around a bunch of little pieces. But it's funny, I had a customer come in, I guess it was about 3 weeks ago now, with it all in pieces on their brand new Echo, and they didn't buy it from me. They bought it from a big box store, and took it back to the big box store, and the salesman, because the big box store, they don't have repair places, they send everybody to us. So the salesman took apart their rapid loader head, and it was all in pieces, springs, little, teeth, everything. And so they're like, yeah, they said I can come here and it'd be fixed under warranty. I'm like, I'm gonna charge you $5 to put this back together. You should have came here and bought it. I would have told you how to load the head and how easy it is. So, when is your husband gonna make his YouTube channel or join yours? Andy Brooks. He is actually gonna hop on with me. So, all right. Have a nice evening. Thank you, Rick, for hanging out with us. Someone brought you one to install on a trimmer. Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, they last forever. That plastic's hard as a rock. It's just, and the teeth don't mess up unless somebody messes with it. All right, it is. It is past my bedtime too, Bald Eagle. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. I'm gonna, go lay down and go back to work and knock out some chainsaws. And my next video, we will be doing that bar stud video. And so sorry if I put out a bunch of chainsaw videos right now. It's just what I've got, and I've got a lot of good, things I think that customers, but people, I think it will help them. So, thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a great night. Bye.